Hello all, welcome to Oracle Cloud Technical Trainings. In this session, we'll discuss about the overview of ICS, Integration Cloud Services from Oracle, and this is also called as OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud. We'll use the term ICS. Maybe in the session, if I use OIC, just consider it as ICS. And what exactly ICS is all about, and why this new technology or a new platform from Oracle, and how it is beneficial for the developers or even the business, and how it is changing the total cloud integrations, right? So in general cloud terminology, we have three kind of architectures, or like three kind of services which are provided by the vendors. One is IaaS, nothing but infrastructure as a service. Other one is PaaS, platform as a service. Okay, and now other one is SaaS. It is called software as a service. So the ICS service from Oracle fits into PaaS platform, nothing but platform as a service. And again, in the PaaS, it is subdivided into larger number of things. Like a simple example is in the PaaS platform, we have a DB service, nothing but we call it as a database cloud service. We also have a JCS, we call it a Java cloud service. We also have analytics from Oracle, it's called analytics cloud service. There are a lot number of things which are based on a particular platform, and they have a different name, and they generally come under PaaS platforms. Now, specifically for integration, it is also called as iPaaS, Integration Platform as a Service. So what exactly this integration platform as a service? The first basic thing is this particular service provides integration of a different network system, different application, I mean to say, different application system. To connect different application system, we use this particular platform, nothing but integration service. So in the market, if you have been observed, like there are lot number of vendors which are already available. So some are on premise, some are on the cloud. So generally, like from Oracle, like earlier days, maybe like around 10 years back, Oracle provided a integration platform called Oracle SOA, Oracle service Oracle service oriented architecture. And even Oracle SOA, which is provided by Oracle, it is available in both on premise as well as cloud also. But Oracle is majorly focusing on iPaaS rather than on Oracle SOA. Even though Oracle SOA is a very like a high end solution for integration purpose, but like due to the past platform, like Oracle is trying to concentrate on the ICS one. And like the tool structure and little bit of things, it is trying to it's changing in like in a different set of things. And even clearly Oracle clearly mentioned that they will focus on ICS rather than SOA. So it is best for the developers to get more understanding of this one. Okay, so let's understand what is iPaaS. So iPaaS is nothing but integration platform as service, which is a cloud-based solution. And like this particular iPaaS is not just only from Oracle. There are a lot number of vendors in the market who provides iPaaS solutions. Okay, from Oracle, the service is called ICS. And why do we use it? To integrate different systems. First of all, why does integration comes into picture? So like let us say developers who never worked on any of the integration platform or like enterprise application. So the basic thing is integration comes into picture when you want to transfer the data from one system to another system. But why do we transfer the data? What is the need of it? Very simple example. Let us say, assume that like consider a simple company, a small company or larger scale company, whatever the company you consider. So assume that Tata Motors is a company which you are working on, right? Or maybe like Tata Motors is a like a what is it, the client who wants some set of services for the purpose of integration. So Tata Motors, we know that it operate like it manufactures the vehicles, right? So any general company will always like a manufacturing company specifically, they have manufacturing unit, and they will have finance unit, they will have HR department, and also there are a larger number of different devices they require to like to scan the shipment, to scan the delivery, the lot number of other things, right? So basically there is no supplier, I mean to say there is no software supplier who provides all end-to-end solutions, right? So it is very difficult. Now if you consider Oracle, there are some particular solutions which Oracle provides very beautifully, right? There are some services from Oracle, some services from Google or Microsoft which is not provided by any other vendor. Even if they provide, they may not suit according to your requirement, right? So that's the reason, right? That's the reason why the client requires them to integrate. I mean to say, let us say, like Workday is very famous for HCM. Oracle is much famous for financial. Assume that Tata Motors is using Oracle Financials for their general ledger purpose, and they're using Workday for HRMS purpose. So there is no denying factor because everyone knows that Workday is famous for HRMS and like a financial is famous from Oracle. Or maybe let us say they are using some other third-party vendor which is used for barcoding purpose and which requires some item data to be integrated. Okay, assume that there is Zebra integration service, which a third-party vendor Zebra is providing the services, and now they require item data to be published to their application from Oracle, because Oracle is in our scenario, Oracle is maintaining the both manufacturing information, financial information. Okay, so let me take a notes rather than just telling like this, so that will not confuse. Let me. So in our case, let's say we have two systems, or maybe a couple of multiple systems, right? So Tata Motors is our client, and they have Oracle Financial as one ERP1, and which is having MFG also, right? Supply chain, I mean to say. Other ERP is Workday, which is having HRMS system. And now let us say there's some other service called Zebra, a barcode service, which requires item data. So I can just call it as application rather than ERP, right? A software application. Now here, if you observe the total 3 systems which is used by Tata Motors. Now, because the vendor of financial supply chain is Oracle, the vendor of HRMS is Workday, and the barcode scanning is designed by Zebra application. Now, how does the data can flow from one system to another system? This is where the integration comes into picture. Very simple. Now let us say Zebra required some particular barcode item data from HRMS. So what happens? Like nothing but they want to send they want inbound data from Oracle, right? So Zebra wants some data which Oracle should provide. So nothing but outbound from Oracle, right? Or from outbound from Oracle. So how come Oracle can send the data to Zebra item? So this is where what we do is we'll use an integration service, nothing but middle tier, which you also call it as middleware, right? You also call it as middleware. So using integration service, what I'll do is, see, I require this data from your Oracle. I require this particular set of columns and set of format on a particular scheduling frequency. So when you do an integration, there are a couple of questions you have to ask, right? So first of all, what is the format? Right? Or what is your first basic thing is like what format you want, whether it's a CSV or like a text file or a pixel length file. There are a lot number of other formats. It's a binary, a text, whatever it is. Then other things comes into picture is what is the frequency of data? Nothing but whether you want the data at every hour, bi-weekly, daily, monthly, year end. You have to get the frequency information. Then coming to the mapping information, like a source system has some columns, target system has some columns, and you have to design a mapping, right? Then the other one is destination location, where you want to share the data, whether it's in a FTP location, whether it's a file location, whether it's a DB location, right? So these all things comes into picture when you get into integration, right? Now from our Oracle CM to Zebra example, let us say I want to generate a CSV data every night with around 5 columns of inventory data, a text file in SFTP location. So this is one of the very simple example of an outbound extract from Oracle. So when you say inbound or outbound, it all depends upon which system you're considering as your parent system, right? So I'm saying Oracle, from Oracle point of view, I'm considering Oracle is my source system. That's the reason I'm saying it's an outbound integration. If you consider Zebra as your main server, then you can say like inbound integration. Okay. So the basic thing we have to understand is why does integration server or a middleware server comes into picture is when you want to connect different set of systems, nothing but to transfer the data. Very simple example, very simple understanding is when you want to get the data from one system to another system, this is where the integration comes into picture, because integration provides larger number of functionalities. We'll get into deeper, but at this point of view, from this particular slide point of view, just it is used for the purpose of connecting different enterprise applications. It can be a simple application or it can be a complex application, and using different approaches. It is not just a file approach or a SFTP approach. We have different approaches which are there. We'll discuss in the later slides. Now, who are the iPaaS platform vendors in the market? So we know that OIC from Oracle or ICS, and the other famous vendors are Delbumi, MuleSoft, Informatica, SnapLogic, and Jitterbit. Even from Microsoft, we also have a BizTalk services, right? Even from IBM, also we have a different integration platform. TIBCO is there. There are a lot number of vendors. I have not mentioned all of them, but generally the things which I generally come across, I just mentioned there. Okay. Yeah. So if you just consider this particular slide, right? So ICS allows integration from on-premise to cloud application as well as cloud to cloud applications also. So if you consider cloud applications, like assume that like you want to integrate Oracle with Salesforce or SAP with Salesforce or Workday with Salesforce, right? So either you can go with ICS to connect on-premise to cloud or cloud to cloud, right? On-premise to on-premise, I don't think it is available still now, but what I know is cloud to cloud, on-premise to cloud is available from ICS. Okay, so majority of the vendors now like focusing on SaaS applications. So when you have a different set of SaaS application, they also you require good amount of integration between different set of system, because each application is having its own unique feature, right? From Oracle point of view, they are very much famous in ERP. From Salesforce point of view, they are very much famous in CRM, right? Or maybe from Workday point of view, they are good in HRMS. So obviously, you require a set of integration services to provide communication of data between different heterogeneous systems. Okay, yeah, how does the components of integration comes, like how does they look like, right? So we'll discuss more of this information in later slides. So what does an ICS integration looks like? What does it include, right? So we know that integration is for the purpose of providing data transfer from one system to another system. Don't consider data transfer is only data transfer is only purpose. There are different set of purposes you'll come across, but I'm just saying one of the functionality of integration. Or you can say communication, I can say, rather than data transfer between source and destination, I'll just say communication. So integration is for the purpose of communication between source and target. So you'll have a source system, you'll have a target system, in the middle you'll have business logic to be performed. So that's what integration will have it. So it is not as simple as it is mentioned here. You'll have a different set of complex integration will come into picture. It all depends upon your requirement. So how do you start with an integration, right? When you get a requirement to start with integration, so how do you start with? So first thing is from ICS point of view, what we have to do is we have to understand what is your source system as well as what is your target system. Nothing but which are all systems involved in this integration, whether it's a FTP application or it's a file adapter application, whether it's a SAP, whether which ERP, it is Oracle ERP, right? That all things comes into picture. Based on that, you'll create a connections, and then you'll create integration. So in the integration, you'll map, right? You'll map what is your source system, what is the target system, how do you want to transform the data, what logic you want to follow. That all information will be done in the integration. And then once your integration is ready, you have to activate it. Once it is activated, then you can schedule for integration. It can schedule for your real-time run. And then you can also monitor the integration, where you can understand how your integration is performing, whether it is having any errors, like how it is performing, what is the performance of it. Based on, you can take a appropriate business decision, right? So the same slide, the same information I was talking about. Yeah. So in the integration, there are a larger number of terms we have to understand, right? So basic set of things we just now discussed is like connections as well as integration. So in the connections, what exactly we do? Because integration, when you say integration, it is not just integration of just ERP application. There are a lot number of things will come into picture. Let us say you want to integrate email application, you want to integrate a SurveyMonkey application, you want to integrate a social adapter, social connection. So what happens is, as a developer, we can't be excellent in all the different areas. So what Oracle has done is it provides adapters for those particular connections. So adapter is nothing but it will have all the business logic available to invoke a particular service. Let us say if you want to invoke Facebook from your integration, if you want to send some message to your Facebook application, what you can do is simply use a Facebook adapter. It doesn't need to know how Facebook adapter is implemented. You just need to know, just make use of Facebook adapter, mention the appropriate web service as well as the token details as well as username password details. That's it. You can simply connect that. So that's where the adapters comes into picture. So the same way, like for every adapter, you require some set of configuration. And majority of the adapters which we generally use are SOAP as well as REST. So we know that, like maybe if you're not aware, just explore what is SOAP and what is REST. Generally, like in many of the different systems, different applications or enterprise applications, they provide SOAP as well as REST services to integrate their systems. So they use SOAP as well as REST for the purpose of performing DML operation, or I can say CRUD operations, which allows to fetch the data as well as perform the manipulation of the data also. So for any of the adapter, you require some set of configuration. Like It all depends upon what kind of adapter you are using. Some adapters may have a different set of what you say, like they may require some set of security key. They require a particular certificate to be installed. There are a lot number of things will come into picture based on the adapter which you are using. So understand, like a SOAP as well as REST are the different ways of implementing a web service, and it is having its own set of like properties. Like SOAP accepts only XML, JSON, and like REST accepts JSON and different set of formats. So I'll just go through. Yeah. The other important one is when you perform integration, right? So there are different approaches. Like a very simple example is like when you design any of a PL SQL package, you can write your logic in a single procedure, or you can write your logic in a 5 procedures, or you can write logic in a set of functions and single procedure. It all depends upon how the functionality you want to implement. In similar one, so when you want to create integration, there are different set of styles as well as pattern available. So it all depends upon what kind of logic you want to implement. So for a starter to design, right, the basic develop for the developer who want to just explore the functionality, what I prefer you to start with basic routing as well as the app driven orchestration. These are the best and easiest. I don't say easiest, these are the best thing you have to start with. Other things, like, can you explore like once you get expertise, but basic routing as well as app driven orchestration are the best style patterns you have to work on it. And you just have a theory over this. Yeah, I'll just skip this one. Yeah, so adapters as well as connections both are interrelated. I'll just come there also. I'll just show you from the application. So we have FTP adapter, on-premise adapters, right? So on-premise adapters is nothing but like see, we have been talking about like these days, like everyone talks about cloud, right? So but then what is the need of on-premise? See, like even though you have very simple example, I can tell you, let us say you have you have touch phones these days, but still you have a like a basic phones, right? So a new technology will not replace the total old technology. Obviously there are some particular areas where your new technology can't replace it. The same way, so even though you get any number of cloud application, even though the development of cloud application goes on, but still you'll have some set of on-premise applications due to some set of reason. It could be your security reasons, due to application availability, due to client licensing reasons, or government reasons. The lot number of reasons comes into picture. That's why you have on-premise adapters also. The scenario where you generally use on-premise adapter is, let us say you have a database system on the on-premise, and you have some other cloud platform, and you want to integrate both systems. What you can do is you have to install an agent, on-premise agent, in your into the operating system where your database is residing. You just need to install that particular on-premise agent in your local system. I mean to say the place where you have your database running. And the same way, you just need to activate agent in your ICS, and that's it. And you can do the the integration stuff. So these are some of the social adapters. Yeah, integration. So yeah, I'll just go to the what you say, like instance, rather than just discussing about theoretically. So what you do is, once you get the activation of your cloud, you just log into your cloud instance. Yeah, where is my cloud instance? Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, let me open it. And make use of the Oracle service of 30-day cloud for cloud integration. So integration platform from Oracle is providing 3 services. One is integration, other one is VBCS, other one is PCS, nothing but process cloud services. Here if you observe the 3 services from integration point of view. One is process cloud service, ICS, integration cloud service, as well as visual based cloud services. The one which we are working on today in this session is integrations. I'll just click on integrations. So it will go to the integration page. So this integration page have different set of navigations. Again, here if you observe, the place where I am now is designer, integrations. Sorry, I just navigated to some other one. Let me come back here. So we have designer, integrations, right? So I'll just click on integrations. So here if you observe, I'm in the integrations one, nothing but designer, right? So we have, so in the integrations here if you observe, there are 3 things, right? Designer, monitoring, as well as settings. So these three things are part of ICS, right? So these are the three particular navigations for the integrations, nothing but ICS. So in the designer is a place where developer designs integration. Monitoring is a place where you have to monitor your services. Let us say if you want to find out whether a particular integration is successful or a failure, or it is not happen, if it got stuck anywhere, or if you want to check the errors and all those things, you can observe from monitoring point of view. Click on the designer. So in the designer you have all these things, like as a developer, when you want to design an integrations, you always have to have a connections, then you have to start with integrations, right? So let me click on integrations now. So I'll just simply click on create. So when I click on create, it will ask me what kind of style you want, whether you want a basic routing, app driven orchestration, or like a file transfer and all these things, right? And next, coming to other one, connections, right? So connection is nothing but, let me click on create. You can observe easily what exactly it will have it. So connection provides list of adapters which are available in ICS, and using the appropriate connection. Now let us say I'll just use one of the existing, or maybe let us say I'll use the REST connection. So in the connections, you'll have a set of adapters, right? So connections is nothing but which allows you to connect to different systems. In the connection, it provides an adapter. In the adapter, you have to mention what kind of service you want to invoke. I mean, this is like which particular web service, or like you have to mention what is your instance details of a particular connection. Now let us say if you want to connect your data, like a development database, you have to use DBC. You have to use a database adapter. In the database adapter, you have to mention the credentials, instance information of your DPC, your appropriate database service, and that's how you have to use it, right? So in the connections, you have a list of adapters. And now coming to the lookup. So lookup are generally in like username values, like what you say, lookup code and meaning kind of key value pairs, where you generally use in your particular integrations to, for the purpose of transformation or a conditional logic to implement. So package is for the purpose of like packaging your components into set together. That's the only purpose. And agents, yeah, this comes into picture when you have an on-premise application. This is where you use it. So adapters, again, they are interrelated. Nothing but for the connections, you always have adapters, right? So if you want to find out whether you have a Salesforce adapter or Oracle adapter, if you observe, like from Oracle, you have a large number of adapters here. Oracle ERP Cloud, e-business adapter, database adapter, DBaaS services, a lot number of things which are available from Oracle. And library is nothing but if you want to use any external library to be implemented, you just need to import it, register it, and then you can use it. So this is what all about designer stuff. Coming to the monitoring one. So monitoring, you have information about like a dashboards, integrations, errors, and all this you can find from the dashboard. And settings, generally you'll have settings information about like a certificates, or purging of your database one. You don't have direct database access, but you just, if you want to purge something, you can purge here, and you can mention the logging levels. So yeah, let me go to my slide. So let me check if I have missed anything. Yeah, the other important part is, as a developer, when you design any of the source code, right, you have an option to download your source code, as well as you have an option to import your source code. So the source code in ICS is nothing but the file, like when you download, right, you'll have an IAR file, integration archive file. If you are downloading the package, it will have a package archive file. You have a clear information about how do you import, as well as how do you import as well as export. Okay. So if you want to export any of the thing, just simply click on export, select your integration, click on export. If you want to import, just click on import button and upload your IAR file. So similarly, you can do over a PR files also. Yeah. So these are very three important services which you can make use of it. So for 30-day free trial access, visit to cloud.oracle.com. And for Oracle ICS documentation, please visit to this particular one. And for Apex, so in the next coming session, I'll discuss about integration of Apex with ICS. So for Apex, you can make use of this particular website for the purpose of free access to Apex. Thank you.